So it's that time. It's I think it might be time to quit Jiu-Jitsu.
That day is approaching.
All right. Well, I guess the better question is, when's a good time to quit Jiu-Jitsu? What do you think?
I don't know, but that's what we're going to talk about.
That's what we're going to talk about.
Yep. So welcome to another episode of OpenMatChronicles, 1865 Rod here. I got Schaefer in the house here. Let's just get right into it.
For sure.
It's going to happen, right? Like,
Man.
I think I said in another podcast, I'm like, remember when you were a little kid and you were riding your bike one day with your friends and that was the last day? You never even knew it.
Never even knew it.
You didn't know it. So I wonder if it's going to be like that. How many people in jiu-jitsu is like, oh, I know this is my last day, or they just like bounced out?
I don't think that ever happens.
They never know.
I don't think anybody goes, man,
it'll be your last roll.
Today is my last roll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna retire to fucking Fiji or some shit. No, I think usually it goes, oh man, I'm feeling good. I'm training. Holy shit, my leg.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be back, everybody. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
I'm good, man. Now I'm healing up. I'm doing that thing. I'm doing my surgery next week. Yeah.
Saw that.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to get back on the mats. I'm gonna see everybody. But realistically, that was your last day of
You're
jiu-jitsu.
like mentally checked out already. I see a lot of guys like that. That's common.
It's
not even an age
just
thing.
fucking depressing. I'm already feeling depressed.
No, but it's not. But like something. Okay, here's the thing. Something is going to take you out at some point, right? Right. It's the party doesn't last forever, so something's going to take you out. It's going to be old age. Is it going to be an injury? Or it's going to be just boredom. Is going to be changing in your life. Because, like you said, blue belts just quit. They bounce. But taking them out of it.
Right.
Let's talk about the guy that's hooked on jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And he's like
It's
definitely
in his
wants to
blood.
train. It's in his blood,
blood.
right? Purple belt and above.
Like you tell yourself, I will fucking die on the mats.
Yeah, exactly.
I say that to myself all the
Yeah.
time. I say that every day. I do. I say, what's going to happen? I say you too. I'm like, he's like, man, I don't know. I'm gonna slow down when I'm 70. Or no, I got like 3 more good years. I'm like,
I say 3 years.
Yeah, I'm like, you'll be fighting for the next 20 years.
I got 3 years.
And I'm like, realistically, you'll probably die on the mat. It'll be fucking
I
terrible.
hope I don't die on the mat.
I know that'd be fucked up.
It'd be terrible.
Oh my God. I'm like, all right, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Okay, but here's the
I didn't
thing,
mean to choke you like that.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Could you keep rolling until you're 78? Well, yeah, you could, but do you want to at that point? Yeah, but like, let's just say you're not going to be competitive. It may not even be fun anymore. Like, so here's the thing. I think for me, like when it's not fun and I can't even bring a little bit of smoke, I might bounce. Like that's, or if I get another injury, like that's really, sets me back a lot. So you got to think about that. I'm older right now, so I'm not trying to go into my old age all crippled, walking around, a new hip and all that. I'm not trying to do that, right? I've been very fortunate that I haven't had any injuries that require surgery. None. I've blown this knee out. Like I probably have like a little hair of ligament holding it together, but I tore both of my knees multiple times. Yeah. Got a little thread of ligament holding it together. But still, man, I've never had surgery, and I'm pretty much 100% right now. Still,
right?
I'm lucky.
Damn, dude.
But what if I'll tell you this? If I blow my knee out again, I may bounce, dude. I'm serious. I'm telling you, I may bounce, bro.
Bullshit. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I hear you.
Because I'll need surgery.
So, man, you'll be like, well, fucking just cut the leg off. I'm still going to go. Like, I know you will, man. You're still going to get on the mat. You'll be on that bitch with a peg leg and a kickstand, and you're still going to be ready to fight. Man.
I want to think I will, but realistically, it's like it's a trade-off. Like, what am I have to do like a ROI, right? You do an ROI assessment, return on investment assessment. And like at my age right now, like I get if you own a school or something like that, that's different. That's totally different. Like I'm a hobbyist. So if it gets to the point to where I'm like,
said magic words.
Yeah, that's a change. That's a game changer right there. Yeah. So
yeah, those are magic words.
So I don't know, man.
Like, so first and foremost, I have to say this. This one, we are actually really going to need you guys to communicate with us.
Yeah.
We really would like to get your perspective on this one. Just shoot messages, write it in there, because I think we might have to revisit this after looking at a bunch of the messages and shit. And I think honestly, we're gonna have to when we go to the bar after training or something, we need to sit with some guys and some gals and talk about that.
Well,
that's deep, man.
Okay, I'll give it to you this way. Okay, so I've seen guys that were like just monsters, right? Blue belts, and they got their purple belt. Maybe guys in their like 40s, early 40s. They're still like, you could say they're old, but for me, they're still kind of young. At 40s, you're still good, though. You can move around really well at 40 still. I don't even consider that really old in the jiu-jitsu life. But I've seen guys that got injured bad in competitions, and they're like, they just quit. And these guys had a lot of talent, man. Like that guy could have been pretty good. There's a few of them I can think of right now. And there's even young guys that quit due to injuries. So injuries takes out a lot of people.
So okay, so let's
unpack
this down. Let's unpack this shit, right? Let's start from the beginning here.
All right.
We'll go. You're a fucking lazy couch potato fuck. You decided to get up and learn jiu-jitsu. Awesome, great, welcome. You show up. You start doing some jiu-jitsu. You learn what a guard is, how to stand in base. You know, you learned your first scissor sweep. So you're like, holy shit, I think I'm in love. You know, I think this shit is something I'm going to do for the rest of my life, right? And you're there. I'm coming in 5 times a week, 6 times a week, 8 times a week. I'm killing it. I'm learning fast. Oh man, I'm catching some blue belts here, and I'm still a white belt. So you've got love for it, right? And you avoided many injuries, but here's your counterpart who's also kind of in the same boat. They're doing really good. Oh, they caught that first freaking injury to a heel hook, to a knee bar, to a fucking ankle lock, something, and it hurt them, and they got to sit out for a few months. Yeah. And now while they're sitting out, they're still progressing because you guys are both beginners.
Exactly.
You guys are moving parallel to one another. You're kicking ass together. Now he just fell back, right? He's sitting there. He's in a fucking cast or some bullshit. He's like, maybe he even got a surgery, but he loves jiu-jitsu. He's got less than a year in, but he loves it. So those are some of the first persons to drop off.
I think if you're like a white belt and you need surgery, you're gonna bounce.
A lot of times they will.
You're out. You're out. Right? It's too much too soon.
Right, because you're like, well, hold on.
Yeah.
I just got going. I haven't even been doing this for a year.
Yeah.
And I still have a job. I still, hey, listen, man, I'm a freaking tow truck driver. You know what I mean? I'm walking around in a fucking leg brace trying to hook up this guy's busted up Tesla. That if the Tesla dies, you can't even.
No, but that's actually good. He's giving me a good analogy. Think about it. A lot of guys are into car racing and all that. They go to the track, they drive the car. So think if you took your car to the track and within a year you just freaking wrecked the whole thing. Ugh. You'd be like, yeah, I'm done, dude.
Yeah, what the hell? I'm out. Especially if it feels like you almost died from
it. Yeah, I'm out.
Like if you really got hurt.
Right now, if you've been racing it for like 10 years, you're like, okay, you're kind of it's in your blood. Yeah, you just tough it out. But a year, yeah, you're quitting, dude.
Right. Damn. So that can be the first.
It's time in.
First hurdle that you might not get over. Just time in. Not having enough time in. You could quit. You could go, oh, this shit is not for me.
Yeah.
Which goes back to one of those other things we talk about. The lie is jiu-jitsu's for everyone. Yeah, it's for everyone until, like you said, somebody gets hurt, right? And then you're like, damn, this sucks. Like I can't really function in my everyday life.
Yeah.
Because I hurt myself badly doing a hobby.
Yeah. See, like the reason I say it for me, like, and it's different. Like if you're younger, it may be more forgiving, but if you're older like me, like I can't afford to walk around with a knee blown out, bro. Because like for me, in order to stay healthy, and the reason I'm healthy right now is that I do a lot of weight training, I do heavy deadlifts, I do all these other things. I don't just do jiu-jitsu, I do other things, right?
Facts.
To complement jiu-jitsu. And so, but jiu-jitsu is a huge part of it. So if jiu-jitsu takes me out, like blowing my knee out, now I can't do anything. So I'm like, bro, no, it's like, I don't know. It's like, is it worth it for me to risk this to where I can't do anything at all? Now, I'm going to be some old guy, on the couch just watching sitcoms. Right? So
watching reruns.
Of Sanford and Sons. Yeah. Not much, you big dummy. So I ain't trying to go out like that. So, but here's the flip side to that. Is that it forces me to stay in jiu-jitsu because I don't want to turn into that guy.
Right.
So it's a never-ending cycle, dude.
Too. It's like, damn. Do I quit because I don't want to get hurt? Or do I fucking not quit, risk the injury, but then I realize I'm building myself into a monster who can handle being hurt?
Yeah.
See, back in the day, like I said, it was never about jiu-jitsu for everybody. You had to be a tough motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because you were going to get bumps and bruises. You were going to get scraped up. You're going to have ligaments kind of torn. You're going to get pops and what I tell you back when you heard them crickling, cracklings and shit on your arms and your legs? I was like, man, that shit was just air bubbles.
Air bubbles, yeah.
That shit was just air bubbles, man. Don't worry about that shit. Shake that shit off, Ron. You good.
Oh, man.
You're good.
I've been fortunate, man. I have been really, because I've heard a lot. I tore this AC separation here.
I remember that party.
That was terrible, man.
See, that was crazy.
That took like 4 months to heal.
That was at a fucking party.
At a party,
like
dude.
The dumbest shit happens, right? It's not even on the freaking.
No, because there's mats, but they were on concrete. But they were on concrete. Yeah, it was really stupid. And I was doing this diving roll. Like, why did I do that? I didn't do it. I didn't land quite right.
That shit was still.
I heard a little crunch.
That's airballs.
Oh, that's not bad, dude. That hurts so bad. So if you tear your AC separation, that sucks, bro.
I know. Look,
you're gonna be out for like 3 months.
If I think back to all the injuries I actually have, I am like just a walking hematoma. Everything's like jacked up. It's terrible. But so there's our white belts, right? So we got these guys and gals, and they get chipped up real early, and they're like, nah, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit, I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, we're going. They ain't worried about it. Then the survivors, they go, nah, hell nah, I ain't quitting. I ain't no punk bitch. Yeah. So they're going to stay, right? I'm going to keep going. And they go, and it's like 2 years in, they're like, I just got my blue belt, baby. I'm master of the universe. I'm ready to do the damn thing. And they train, and they're doing good. They get an injury or two. They're like, I don't give a shit. Hurt me. I don't care. I'm staying with it. I am now fully entrenched in this jiu-jitsu lifestyle. I'll never quit. I'm never going to die. So they're going at it. Year goes by. Fuck yeah, I love this shit. Another year goes by. Fuck.
Feel some mileage.
I got belted last time.
Yeah.
Fuck, this shit take a long time. Man, I'm getting beat up a lot.
I see what you're saying.
Some of these white belts are catching me.
Yeah.
What the fuck
Tumbling.
is this? Man, wait a minute. When am I getting promoted? Man, Harold Rod told me don't fucking ask about damn promotions. I can't do that. But if I ask about the promotions, I'm probably gonna fucking stay at blue belt forever. So I'm just gonna tough it out. I'm gonna tough it out. Shit, man, it's been another fucking 7, 8, 9 months. I'm still blue belt. I didn't even get a stripe yet. What's happening? Blue belts quit because it just takes such a long fucking time. Yeah. They're like, when am I going to get a promotion? When am I going to get this? Yeah. I feel like I'm doing something. But
do you think that's what takes most people out, though?
Dude, I think a lot of blue belts
injuries.
I think a lot of blue belts get injured because they're trying too hard to get promoted. They're like, yo, I got to do riskier shit. I got to learn these fucking YouTube moves so that I can show off and show that I'm worthy to get this purple belt versus just.
Okay, so you brought up a really good point. See what you just said about getting riskier stuff, trying riskier. Okay, so for me, I don't want to make this podcast about me, but I'm just so anyone that's an older guy can relate to this right here, right? If you're an older guy, you'll be related. Okay, so you don't want to go riskier. You have to dial it back and be more conservative in the way that you roll. So even if you're rolling with like blue belts or it doesn't matter who you're rolling with, you can't go like 100% the way you normally would go, which means you have to play more defensively, right? And you're going to be in bad positions more. And it just at some point, like if that starts getting, because sometimes I roll with guys like, man, like I just remember when I was a blue belt, I would have just freaking trashed this dude, bro. Like I just out of pure just like force, I would have just like I was a good blue belt, bro. I was pretty solid, man. I was hungry, dude. But like now it's like my technique is way better now, right?
For sure.
But I'm not aggressively going after them. I'm just letting them work their game and everything. So it's different. But sometimes you could do that and get injured too, though. That's the thing.
Yep.
And so if it gets to the point to where like you have to dial it back so much to where you're not like I'm still definitely very competitive right now. Like I could still crank it up and I'm still pretty almost the same way I was before. But it's in small doses. It's not like every roll, right?
Ask any visitor that comes over to
I still bring the smoke.
To Infinite Jiu-Jitsu. I
still bring the smoke.
And you happen to be teaching that day.
It might be one roll, but then I'm like, I'm good.
One hell of a roll.
I'm like Wolverine. You got that shot of that serum he took in. And he's good for like a minute, then he dies. That's me.
See, I told you're going to die on the mat. It's going to be good. It'll be a good death.
Yeah, it'll be a good death. It's a good death. It's a good day to die.
Right. But yeah, so for the older crowd, especially
so if you have to dial it back so much to where you're not even, let's say not now, but let's just say me in 5 years. What if I have to dial it back? Oh, I got to be so careful that you're not even competitive anymore. Like I'm out, dude. I'm out.
So
I'm out.
That is also a higher belt problem. But if you're an older blue belt, why you leave? So it's similar because even as an older blue belt, you're like, I want to do more because I want to be able to show that I'm about this life.
You keep breaking though.
I keep breaking. My bones are brittle. My shit.
All bad.
My osteoporosis is kicking in and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I need my ginkgo biloba so I can think right.
Yeah.
So then you get these older guys. Because listen, I always say that we got an old man jiu-jitsu school. I love it. God, right? Dude. But we have some older guys who were getting their blue belts. I remember when they got them. And
still tough.
But they're still tough as nails.
Yeah.
Right? But when they catch an injury, it takes longer to heal.
Yes.
It's like you're not bouncing back like you're some little 18, 19, 20-year-old. You're not like just saying, oh, shit, yeah, I'm good. Oh, I got hurt last week, but I'm good now. That shit's fixed.
No, that's all
100%. That's like, damn, I sneezed funny, my ribs.
Yeah.
I think I blew my rib out by sneezing. It's just killing me. And
like even now, like since my last knee injury, it's like I'm not confident that the knee is strong the way it used to be. So now it makes me adjust. Like I adjust it, but I don't do some of the things I want to do. And those things were really good though.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu oftentimes changes.
Yeah.
Dependent upon how you're injured.
Yeah, that sucks. Because it's not like a positive change. It's not like, oh, I got this new thing. It's better. It's like, no, I had something that worked really well.
It's a freaking coat.
Yeah, and I'm not dealing with it now.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, right?
Yeah.
So now we got these blue belts dipping out because they're hurt or because it's taking too long or because they're just like, yo, man, like I could tough it out long enough to get that blue belt. At least I got a promotion. That's good enough for me. I got
color.
Right. I got some color on my belt. I did more than what most of the people in the world will ever do. That's good enough for me. I'm out. I'm learning how to play fucking badminton or pickleball.
That is crazy, but that does happen. You're right.
It does.
It should be weird. You'd think that they would still come in like once a week just to maintain it.
They're like, fuck this shit.
I'm out. Yeah, I'm out. And it's so true, though.
I'm out because like blue belt's the belt to leave, right? And that sucks.
Yeah.
So then we got our purple belts. I always see and say there's no fucking way you should be quitting jiu-jitsu at purple belt.
No.
But it does happen. It usually happens with purple belts. And I could be wrong, but the purple belts who I have seen that fell off, life gets in the way. It's not so much.
Yes.
It's not so much that they're hurt. I mean, they're still taking L's. They're getting hurt like everybody else. We all get hurt. We're going to get hurt forever, right? But a purple belt, they're like, I've been hurt before. I'm way fucking tougher than that.
Yeah.
That's just a fucking knee. I got 2 of them. I'll get that shit back. I'm good. I'm not worried about it. Right? So purple belts are tough.
Yeah.
They're tough. It's hard to break a purple belt hard enough to make them quit.
Exactly.
Because they're like, dude, I'm halfway there.
Yeah.
I'm getting this black belt.
Yeah.
I'm getting this shit, right? And then life gets in the way. Oh, fuck, I had another kid. Shit, I got laid off. Oh, man. My fucking wife left me. Oh, shit. You know,
actually, that's a goal.
I inherited my family business. I just don't have time anymore.
No, but you know what? I've seen a lot of guys, their wife left them go. Divorce will take you out.
That'll take you out the game.
They stop eating, they go skinny,
right?
Like whatever. Or they either get real skinny or they get fat. One or two, right? They either cope with it by not eating or by eating.
So you get kind of shit like that, and it's like, dude.
Man, when are we leaving?
Yeah, man. It's like it's
80%. 80% now. Anyway. That's for our OpenMatChronicles Witching Hour.
The after dark shit.
After hours.
Hell yeah.
Conversations.
So purple belts, man, every time somebody gets that purple, I'm like, yo, you are going to be a black belt.
Yep.
Because I'm like, how are you going to quit, man? How do you quit at purple? I rarely see it.
It's rare. What about brown? I've seen some brown. Yo, I've seen some browns, bro.
Unicorn.
I've seen it though. I've seen several.
A brown belt who quits is like a fucking unicorn.
I've seen several though. But you're right. It is.
You get a brown belt who, for whatever reason, and again, this is a life thing.
Yeah.
They have to bounce around. They have to bounce from school to school. They're moving a lot because it's like,
could be.
I'm a brown belt. I got to move. I'm at a new school. Fuck.
Or if you're really young. If you're really young and then life catches up with you.
Well, okay. Yeah.
You're a kid and then you start, I'm going to start dating or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start doing that. That's going to derail it. And that's totally understandable. Yeah, I would totally respect that.
It's like, dude, man, I got my brown belt and I'm only like 18, 19 years old and I'm a phenom.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I went on a date the other day. And
that was better than the best That's the rear naked choke I ever got.
Awesome. This was some rear naked other shit. It wasn't a rear naked choke. It's like, why am I doing this jiu-jitsu rolling around with these sweaty guys? There's sweaty girls out there.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, so that changes sometimes for people.
It does change.
But that's for the super duper young. That's the young bull brown belts. But like,
man, I remember when I was younger, dude. Like I used to go to back in the day. This is like in the 80s. We would go to the cars every like Friday night. You take your car out. There'd be a lot of street racing. You know, it was all into like these pro street cars back then.
Mm-hmm.
But so I wasn't really going to clubs back then. I was probably maybe early 20s. I was all into the cars.
Oh, yeah.
And then one day I said I was going to the club, dude. The day one I went to the club, I sold that car, dude. I'm out here.
There are better things to do.
Oh my goodness! I'm like, oh man, this is awesome.
There are so many better things to do.
But that was a special time back then,
dude.
Today, that whole scene is dead. There's no clubs.
Maybe not the club.
Yes,
I mean, okay.
That's like
the club kids in New York when they're like wearing wings and shit, and everybody's going.
That was a special time, man.
Yeah, that's special.
That was a great time.
But yeah, hopefully that'll never come back.
That was awesome.
It was awesome, but I ain't trying to be out there with no wings and shit and fucking electric dance music.
I think that's techno. That's early 90s. Yeah.
Well, I'm a little bit younger.
All right, you got But that's when it started going bad. That started going downhill when the techno came at it. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of techno.
Right.
But anyway.
But I digress.
Yeah.
So then we've got our brown belts who are kind of kicking out, but very rarely. I think brown belts who quit, no bullshit. I think most of them are pissed off that they're not getting black belt from their fucking school. Brown belts who leave, they just
I see.
They're feeling like they're being slighted.
But are they going to another school, or are they just quitting jiu-jitsu? I'm talking about quitting jiu-jitsu. Some of them go to another
school, but others straight quit. They would not. They won't go to another school. They won't do anything. They're just like, fuck it. I'm not getting my black belt. And they quit. And that's mind-blowing. That's mind-blowing to me, right? But a lot of times it does tie in with a move. It ties in with some other shit.
Yeah. Okay, what about black belts?
Dude, I'm too fucking old.
Black belts quit.
When black belts quit.
Do you know a lot of black belts that quit? Put in the comments. If you're a black belt and you quit. Actually, if you quit for more than like
more than a year.
Oh, you want to go a year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
actually. If you're a black belt, and you stop jiu-jitsu for 2, 3, 4 years or something.
Let's say 1 year. If it's 1 year, put it in the comments. I want to know. Even if it's a year, and I want to know.
And I'd like to know why.
Yeah.
Fuck, you can message me individually if you don't want to fucking put it out or put it on blast. And we'll leave your name out, but I'm very interested.
I'd say even because it could be a move, it could be family, it could be injury. I'm just really curious to see if that's a big thing. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a very
who quits, dude. I think it's kind of like what you're saying. Like they're aging out, they're hurt, they don't feel competitive. Fuck, I'm gonna drop.
But I think those are the key points. Those are actually.
I do know. Here we go. It's my homeboy. I don't think he'll get too bad at me. Oh, man. Fuck it, man. My boy John Weber. I remember
John Weber. Oh,
he's
shout out John Weber.
Dude.
I don't know who he is, but shout out to John Weber.
He's like a big old fucking giant biker looking motherfucker with beard and shit. He looks like our boy James. Right? So he was a black belt.
Okay.
And I remember a couple times. So he and I used to always shoot shit and we're talking and whatnot. And I remember one time, like, because John got his black belt before me. And, he's tough as fucking nails. He coined the phrase that we all use over at Hassett's where they'll do some shit and then Weber will be like, that shit won't work. Dude, I still do that to this day. I say that because of him, right? I see him move. I'm like, man, that shit won't work. So I remember we were training, then one of our other guys came in, another big black belt, freaking this dude Tim. He's got a school out there too, Tim Carpenter. Freaking, he's a beast, right? And I remember John had just gotten his black belt recently. Tim is like maybe 20 fucking years younger than him, and they're fighting. And he's handling his business. He's dominating. Like he's been training longer. He's younger, he's bigger, he's stronger. He used to do MMA, all this stuff, right? He beats all of us up, right? He beats everybody up. And John was like, what the fuck am I doing wearing this fucking belt?
Oh, man, he got in his head.
Like, real shit. He was like, why the fuck do I have this fucking belt on, right? And I'm here and I'm talking, I'm like, because you're a fucking bad motherfucker. That's why you got the belt on. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, did you fucking see the goddamn fight we just had?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm like, but he's that dude. Yeah. He's that guy. And I remember he was like, man, he didn't really want to fucking do this shit anymore, right? He didn't want to do it. Thank God he stayed. He stayed because he's a beast. He's still fucking shit up. Actually, I think now he might have kind of stopped. But we're talking an additional 10 years later. But
he stopped again?
Yeah, I think so. But again, like,
man, so you're gonna at some point. Okay, so do you stop? Here's the thing: you're gonna stop. Are you gonna stop on your terms, or are you gonna be forced to stop? That's the question right there.
Well,
and I'll give I
think most people would rather be forced to stop.
I remember watching Mike Tyson. This is back. I want to say maybe it was. He wasn't that old. No, he was older, but he wasn't that old. He was like in his maybe late 30s, so he could still sling him, right? Yeah. And he fought. I can't remember who he fought. I want to say it's maybe Francis Botha. I could be wrong. But it
was a dude who normally would not have.
Bro, this guy wasn't even in his league. And somehow Mike Tyson lost the fight by decision. Yeah. And Tyson goes, you know what? I quit. He goes, I retire right now. They go, what do you mean? He goes, if I can't fight this caliber fighter, I don't even want to fight anymore. Right. Seriously. And then sometimes, like, it's going to sound cocky, but like sometimes, like, you feel like that if you're older and then you're fighting, like, so maybe some white belt's a big, strong guy is giving you problems. Like, really, dude?
Right. But then,
it doesn't happen a lot. You know what I mean? But then again, you could be the dynamics of the person. Maybe he's a good wrestler or whatever.
But then it comes back to, now, as a black belt, are you able to check your ego? Because if you quit because of that,
I wouldn't quit because of that.
Straight ego. Good. I know. But you're also beating everybody up still.
Yeah, I'm still good.
You're still beating
got a little gas in the tank, right? Got a little nitrous bottle.
So what if you get to the point where, like you said, you can't? What if now you are catching motherfuckers and you're like, damn.
Okay, so
all I can do is teach at this point.
I don't know, but so think about it. What would you do? So think about it. Think of you right now, because people aren't tapping you out. But just think, what if you roll with like just lower belts and they start catching you all the time? At some point, would you be like, damn, this is not fun?
Oh, I think I would still love jiu-jitsu.
That's a bitter pill to swallow, huh? And we're going to take that pill at some point. Everybody's going to at some point just win. When are you going to take that pill? At some point, you will not be able to compete as the way you were. Like, people look at, like, I'm telling you, man, you take a Gus 10 years ago, bro, he was probably will murder all of us. I guarantee you. He was the toughest dude around. And he's got a bad shoulder now. You know, people think, oh, yeah, I roll with Gus. And I'm like, bro, you don't even know what you're talking about, bro. Like, come on, man. Right. You didn't roll with Gus. Even Gus now, just give him, like, some prep time, and he'll bring it to you. Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. Like, I want to tell myself that I would stay and I would teach.
But would you?
I would just.
Oh, so you wouldn't roll?
I would tell myself that.
Would you not roll?
I would try to roll. You know, I'd get in there. I'd take light rolls. I'm like,
so that's the beginnings of it. Is when you start seeing and identifying that. Oh man, I got to take. You know when it starts, when you have to pick your roles. That's the beginnings of it. The beginnings of the transformation is when, bro. I think when I was a blue belt, bro, I didn't care who it was. In fact, I remember when I was a white belt, I was like, I want to fight the biggest guy in here. All those guys that, you know, who was here was freaking Captain Dan, and who's the big dude? Shot at this guy. He's a brown belt now over at
Enrique.
No, the big dude looks like a Viking.
Oh man.
Can't remember his name for whatever reason. I feel bad that I don't remember his name, and it just because I don't talk to him a whole lot. But he was legit. But anyway, like, I would always want to fight him or Captain Dan as a white belt. I said I want to fight the biggest guys in here. Like, I'm not gonna do that now.
I mean, I remember fighting, like, all my nemesis were like Rex and Sky and freaking.
Oh yeah.
And like some of the other, they were like big giant.
David Silva. Shout out David Silva. I think it's David Silva.
Yeah, see, but
David Sales. David Sales.
Oh, Sales. Yeah.
David Sales.
That's true.
Shout out David Sales. Oh yeah. He'll murder me now probably, but we had good fights back then. We were both like white belts, and we always had these really good fights, man. But I was like, I always want to go with the biggest guys because I still had game back then. I'm not saying I don't now, but it comes out. It's not like
I watched you fight on Friday.
I bring it out. But it's not like every day I feel like that.
But it's that's the thing.
What if that goes away though all the time?
That goes away too. Right?
And I'm like,
if it's not even Friday, it's not like you can't even get a Friday.
But yeah,
but would you leave?
Probably not.
Because
I'll still teach.
So, okay. Here we go. And it's not going to be for everybody. This is not going to be a solution for everybody. But we said it all the time, right? It's like, I love jiu-jitsu. Nobody loves jiu-jitsu more than me, right? Like, I love this, right? Even Marcelo Garcia doesn't love jiu-jitsu more than me. He might be better than me, but he don't love it more than me.
There you go.
I will find some way to contribute. I'll find some way to be involved. We talked about this podcast as something that may very well, under the best of circumstances, outlive our ability to actually do jiu-jitsu.
That's actually one of the reasons why I started this podcast, because I still love jiu-jitsu so much and I want to be involved in it.
Even if it's just talking about fuckers, right? Yeah. Bringing guys on who, you look at them, you're like, man, when I was doing good, I whoop your ass.
We still have a lot of knowledge. We have a lot that we can share, to the community. So that's one of the reasons, like I said, like why we talked about this while we kind of started this gig.
It's to keep it going. It's to keep us involved.
When you're younger, you express your jiu-jitsu through like your toughness and your fights,
your physicality,
and then your physicality, and that's going to start going down. And then you have to find other ways of teaching. Is a good one too.
Those who can't do, teach.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I guess it's everybody's going to end up in the same place at some point in time, right?
Like I saw this old dude when I was a kid. He was like. And I think it was like some of my friends were teasing him because he's an old guy. He goes, as you are, I once was. As I am, you shall be.
Sounds like some old mysticism shit.
Right. It's facts over. It's facts.
It is. It's a fact. It's a fact of life, man.
Or the flip side is you don't age and you just check out. And I'm blessed to be here.
Right.
In the condition I'm in. I'm really happy to be where I'm in.
Absolutely.
I could be way worse off right now.
Dude, you're freaking massacring the game right now. You're killing the game. You're probably the most in shape 59, 60. How the hell I was
60.
Yeah, shit. You're that dude, man. Yeah, but like
still holding it together.
I remember we went to the bar. Bartender was like, "What? How old is he?" 116 years old. It's like, what?
That's why they call me 1865 Rod.
But like, the bartender's like, nah. I thought it was like 40 something. Swear to God, dude.
Right.
Thought you were in your late 40s.
That's crazy.
Thought you were in your late 40s. I was like, you damn right. That's what's up. So that's why I'm like, yeah, dude, you're gonna go to your 70s, to your
right, don't crack.
You're gonna be like, I know, right? You're gonna be in there with like Helio and shit. It's that, I don't know if you're gonna get that red belt.
No, I'll never do that. No.
But it's gonna be all right, man. You're probably gonna die on the mat.
We just keep doing what we do, right?
Keep doing the shit.
Yeah.
And if we don't die on the mat, then maybe we'll fucking die at the fucking podcast table. Interviewing whoever the best blue belt in the world is, Yeah. It's like, hey, Johnny, I hear you're the best blue belt alive.
For now.
Till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Blue belt's gonna probably quit anyway.
Yeah, exactly. He wins it. He wins gold and he quits.
Right. He's like, I'm the best, and I quit.
Yeah.
They didn't give him a purple belt in time. I should have got it on the fucking podium. Oh, man.
So what's the moral of the story here?
The moral of this fucking story is I'm depressed.
I'm depressed. I'm so depressed, man. I'm sorry. Hey, watch on tape, man. I'm never watching this again. This is terrible. Okay, look.
This is terrible.
But it really should be. You know why? If anything, it should be inspiring. Because, I'm 6 years old. I'm still bringing smoke, dude. So if you're, under 60 and I don't want to hear nothing out of you, dude.
No excuses.
Nothing. And actually, we have other guys in our school that are old. And I'm not naming names. We got some older gentlemen that'll bring fire, dude. These guys are monsters.
Oh, let me tell you about excuses. Fuck it. See, now I get to break my old school shit out. Excuses, right? There should be no excuse for you not to get up and go fucking train and go do your thing. You might have a reason. You might be, whatever. My spine is broken in half. All right, fine.
Yeah.
That's a reason. That's not an excuse. Excuses is like you're trying to be excused from the obligation of doing your shit. But excuses are monuments of nothing, which build bridges to nowhere, and those who use these tools of incompetence will amount to nothing. Don't make excuses, okay? If the shit's important to you, you will find a way. If it's not, then you will find that excuse. Stop being a fucking pussy. Go and do your shit.
Just keep training.
Keep training.
We out of here.
We're out, man. Oh, damn. Be happy. Smile. Oh. keep training.
Keep training.